like I'm comparing it to myself. So like I grade myself for Japanese, I'm like a 0. I know nothing.
Yeah.
So if I'm communicating with people who know like
Okay, thank you for taking time. My name is Liu. What's your name?
Tyler.
Tyler.
Teresa.
Teresa. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, how long have you been here?
We've been here, this is our 5th day today.
And this is last day.
Last day, we'll be leaving tonight.
So, you guys only stayed in Tokyo?
Yes.
Tokyo only.
Okay, so where are you from?
I'm from the United States, originally from Iowa, and we both currently live in Washington.
I was born in Liberia, West Africa, but we live in Washington now, leaving Iowa.
So, when did you start living in United States?
When I was a baby, I was about 6 months old when my mom and I came from West Africa to the US.
Okay. So, you guys are a couple?
We're
We're married.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
When did you marry?
Recently.
We're actually on our honeymoon right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
why.
we got married July 5th.
The second wedding. Our
Yeah,
first
we had
wedding,
two weddings.
Our first wedding was in Liberia.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
March 9th, and then our second wedding
Yeah.
was in the US, July 5th.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So, okay. What is the most surprising things in Japan?
I would say that it's very quiet, like in a good way. That there's so many people, but it's very organized and very quiet in the sense that like in the States, like maybe if you know about Chicago, like if you go walk down the street, you'll hear music blasting, people yelling, people fighting, people selling on the street. Here it's very like respectful. Like it's very like everybody is just respecting each other.
It's very organized. Just like he said, the culture is very respectful, organized, a lot more structured, uniform. I think in the US it's very chaotic. I think everyone's just running around.
Yeah.
Everyone can do what they want. Nobody really cares what you're doing.
So, what is the most big difference between your country and Japan?
I would say in the United States, it's extremely diverse. You'll see like maybe like 150 countries.
Yeah.
A lot of people converging into one area. Here, there's diversity. It's a lot of tourists that I see though. I don't know, like obviously I've only been here for 5 days, but I don't know if you have like if Japan has as much diversity living here. Like where in the States, you can see from almost every nation in the world, somebody will, like my neighbor, I'll live in an apartment building and I'll have 10 neighbors from 10 different countries living there. Like living there full time.
Yeah.
No tourists. So I think that's like one of the main things that I've noticed.
I think the food is a huge difference.
And then,
Our foods are large quantities and a lot of different foods. I think here it's a lot of the same food, tiny little portions of food, a lot of fish, a lot of rice. In America, there's just so many different kinds of foods. I think because there's so many different kinds of people there.
Yeah.
So there's lots of different foods.
So, quantity is not enough for you guys in Japan?
I think we're not used to it.
We're not used to it, yeah.
Okay.
I think we're used to getting
We
like
used
a
to get
big bowl
big,
of something.
so I usually will order like 2 of everything.
Yeah.
Okay. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when we went to, like when we go to the like Kobe beef area, like we just order 2 of everything.
Oh,
So that
really?
way we can have like enough.
I guess it's a little bit expensive if you order 2 times.
But I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Style is different.
Yeah.
The dress clothes. I think a lot of people are always dressed up, dressed very nicely.
Yeah.
Really cool style, like dress attire is really cool. I think we dress very lazy. It depends where you're going. Like if you show up dressed up and you're just walking around, I think people will look at you like, where are you going? But here, I think almost everyone looks like they're dressed really nicely.
Okay, that's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you eat like Japanese food here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which one was best?
I like Kobe beef. I like Kobe beef the best. But I enjoy the sushi as well. I like tuna. So I think the tuna sushi is my favorite, but the Kobe beef is number one.
I love sushi. Like back home in America, I eat sushi.
Okay. So, do you guys speak Japanese here?
No. All we know is konnichiwa and
Arigato.
arigato.
So, do you feel language barrier in Japan?
Yes, but
No, I think that I'm not surprised, but I think more impressive that like the citizens of Tokyo speak a lot of languages. So like we went to Mount Fuji, and our tour guide showed us her daughter's like study book she's maybe like 8 or 9 years old, and she's like studying English at a very high level. Like she's studying English as if she could just speak English, you know.
that
So
was very
That's
specific.
impressive, yeah.
like in the States, like that's rare.
I don't think that speaks for everybody though. I think that was
Maybe
one
that was
person.
rare. Yeah, maybe that was one.
Yeah.
For me, I think there's been a language barrier. For me, I thought there would be more English speakers, but I think it's a little bit of English. Like I think everyone speaks just a little bit of English.
Yeah, I think they know just English words.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
English words, but I haven't been able to have a conversation like this.
Yeah.
This is probably the first conversation I've been able
Oh,
to
really?
have. Yeah. Aside from our tour guides. But I feel like tour guides are specific to, catering to people who are traveling,
Yeah.
who probably speak English. But I haven't been able to have full conversations, I think, just little words. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think that, like, I'm comparing it to myself. So, like, I grade myself for Japanese, I'm like a 0. I know nothing.
Yeah.
So if I'm communicating with people who know like a 1 or 2 of English, they don't know much English, but they are better. They know more than me of other language. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like, that's impressive to me that you can, even small, that's more than I can do in Japanese. So your English is higher than my Japanese. So you can speak a good other language well. You can speak well. So like to me, like even if people were communicating small during our trip, people have been like communicating English well, in my opinion.
That's cool.
I don't feel like lost at all. I feel like everywhere we go, like we took the train everywhere. Like so like when we're at the train station, like I don't feel lost. I see English signs, and then if I talk to a security guard, to
Yeah.
ask him like, okay, how do I get? Because sometimes we get lost, but we take the right train, but to get back to the surface. So
Finding the exit.
yeah,
has been
finding the
our hardest
exit is
part.
like the hardest part.
How do we get to the surface? But it's pretty cool.
Okay.
It's a good like train system.
So how is it like being a foreigner in Japan?
I think
I
because
feel-
Tokyo is such a big tourist spot, I feel really comfortable. I think if it were like a more
Rural.
smaller neighborhood or somewhere that people don't visit so often, I might feel more stuck out. But I think because there are a lot of people who visit here, it feels comfortable. And there's so many people, I feel insignificant. Like when we're crossing the street, there's so many people, I feel like nobody cares about me.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like a big deal to be here.
Yeah, I feel welcome. I feel like, and like she said, like Shibuya crossing is an extreme example, but there's like maybe like 1,000 people walking at one time. So like people might look at me and they obviously know that I'm a tourist and I'm not from here, but they don't like, they just keep going.
Yeah.
They're not like, they're just like, because there's so many people doing so many things. Like even when we went to Shinjuku, there's like a lot of bars that will say like, like private.
Yeah.
It'll be like, like members only. And it's kind of like a little intimidating because there's maybe only like 5 seats. They welcome us right in. They don't say, like, they welcome us right in there. And they didn't say anything. So like that, I feel welcome.
I see. That's interesting. So next, I want to ask about like your country and where is the best spot you can recommend for visitor?
To me,
Yeah.
I'll go first. I like Miami, Florida. I like Florida. I think it's the best state. I've never lived there. I've only visited, and I've only had family who live there. So I visit family, or I visit for excursion, like for fun. I believe it's the best state because it has the best weather.
Yeah.
and the best ocean, and just the best. I just think it has the best food. It has everything. It has everything that you need. It never gets cold. It's Caribbean water, so in South Florida, like it's part of the Caribbean. So the water is like crystal clear blue, sandy beach, and then big city. So Miami's a big city, so it offers you like a lot. It's smaller than Tokyo, but it's still very big, so it can offer you a lot of the big city, but you also get the nice beach and
Yeah.
relax. And that's why I like Florida.
I agree. My favorite place is Miami as well. It just has everything. Everything. Like you said, it has beach, it has city, it has food, it's really diverse. There's a huge Hispanic population, so it's really good Hispanic food. Cuba is not far, so lots of Cuban food.
Miami is super expensive compared to other states.
Yes.
Yes,
It's
it's very expensive.
Like how much is like accommodation fee?
It depends. The thing about it is it's so big that if you want to be cheap, you can
Yeah.
find somewhere to stay cheap. But if you want a really high, sky view, or you want to be right off the beach, like you leave your hotel room and you step on the sand, then it's more expensive. I'd say on average, probably around $200 a night.
Per night?
Yeah,
Yeah.
US.
You can-
200 US a night.
You can go between 100 to 200, I think. I think cheapest is probably around 100. More expensive is around 200 a night
Okay.
from Miami.
I really want to go.
Yeah.
I have to save money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Miami, you
have to
will love
save.
Miami.
The food is
promise
really
you.
expensive too.
Everything is expensive.
It's expensive out
but-
there. We would every time we go to eat, it would be like $100 for
Wow.
every time we
Yeah,
went to
like
eat.
if you went to get sushi, like if you got like a 6-piece sushi roll, just a sushi roll, it probably cost you like $18 to $20 US just for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it deserves money, right?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Okay. So last question. This is personal one, but what is best choice in your life?
Best choice in my life?
Yeah.
Marrying my wife. That's the best choice I ever made.
That's so cool.
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
That's the best choice I ever made.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking time.
Of course.